Today we've got 3 times the stories, 3 times the violence. I'm gonna cover you in my violent ends. Pushing the gag reflex to the max, cause let's just say I'm collecting moisture. And by moisture, I mean blood.
Bruh.
Violent Ends by Steve Stark is a 3-story horror anthology where each story concludes with, you guessed it, a violent end. These tales are great and go in some really unexpected directions down supernatural roads, all still maintaining the fictional rundown town of Scarmouth as its setting.
There ain't no motherfuckers to feed the ducks at the park. What's a fucking town with no ducks, J-Tro?
I swear, Scarmouth is really shaping up to be the next Innsmouth,
I'm gonna hurt you.
but with less creepy old manfish.
I like you.
Our first story is Spring-Heeled Jim. I am drawn to stories with characters named Jimmy.
Big Johnny, my muffler fell out.
This story is very short, but intense with some wild violence in it. Jimmy the Spider is a psychotic man who was bullied as a kid. Like most people named Jimmy, he likes to jerk off in strange places and hunt women to kill.
I jerk off in the porta shitter.
Little does he know that his newest kill just might be a trap. The highlight of the story is the violent end. It had me wincing and cringing. I will say this one ends with a comedic line that gave me a good laugh. Story number 2, Big Mouth Strikes Again.
A wrecking crew is hired to demolish the religious iconography in a church to turn it into a giant nightclub. They smash a giant Jesus statue and discover the resting place of a sealed demon. The premise is fantastic in this one and gets very supernatural. This one is my favorite of the 3. Now collect all 13 rune stones so you can follow.
Story number 3, Nowhere Fast. A group of thieves go on a killing and robbing spree, getting their dick moisture on everything they can when they happen upon a mistake that will cost them dearly. Another good supernatural story, and definitely the most violent of the 3. We have graphic scenes of dudes being ripped in half. I'm talking full sausage links on display, people.
With 70 seconds left and 60.
This one takes the longest to get going, but once it does, it gets really good. We end the book with a really nice afterwards too by Steve, describing his inspiration and thought process behind each of these stories. This was great too, and added a little heart to these gruesome stories. Let's do a little minor spoiling and read a scene or two that will give you a glimpse of the carnage. First, from Big Mouth Strikes Again, the renovation crew tries to hang a banner over an unsightly crack in the wall that houses a dark secret. From his back pocket, he drew another nail, aiming to plant it just above the previous spot. However, it occurred to him that the act might disturb the bug, that it might then crawl out or fly out at his face while he was hammering, and that in turn could cause him to panic, lose balance. Tad had always been a tad squeamish around creepy crawlies, as his mother called them. Shooting the bug off first seemed the best course of action. So Sam slowly pressed the nail into the gap, not far enough to make contact, only enough to scare. But the bug didn't budge at all. "Get it done, will ya?" Brian bellowed. "Just bear with me," said Sam, pushing the nail further, and his breath shortened as something black and shiny enveloped the bug, covering it completely. What the? Sam first assumed this black part to be a shell, the bug's armor closing to protect from the advancing nail. When it reopened, he finally recognized what it was. An eyelid. An eyelid blinking over an alien yellow eye. An eye that was looking straight at him. Straight at him. There was a gleeful hiss of foul air from the wall as Sam reeled in shock. Next, from Nowhere Fast, the crew of robbers begin to be torn apart by the evil they had awakened. But when he tried Dunbar, couldn't get up either. He had Juicy weighing on him. "Get off!" snapped Dunbar, giving him a firm shove, and he was surprised at how easily the burden was moved. More still, when he saw his mate go sliding across the floor, or at least the part that went sliding, for all that Juicy Foster was now resided only above the waist. The rest of him had been kept by Heather. "Oh shit, Juicy!" Dunbar gawped, wide-eyed in horror, while Juicy lay staring back at him, bewildered. Shock, adrenaline, and blood loss had apparently conspired to keep the lad unaware of his missing legs, and the gaping tear from which his insides was spilled. What are you looking at? Daddy, help me! Help me for fuck's sake! Intestines littered the floor, and all Dunbar could think was that they looked like strings of sausage. His stomach churned. He stood frozen in horror until Heather's clawed hand reached from the shadows to take Juicy's wrist. At the touch, the lad yelped, eyes pleading to Dunbar, who instinctively grabbed Juicy's other hand. The tug-of-war recommenced as Dunbar dug his heels and ended with a sloppy snap as he reeled back against the wall, taking with him Juicy's arm. And that alone. I'm not usually super into short story anthologies, but this one is spot on. Violent, really creepy, and pretty dang grisly. Give it a read, folks. Leave in the comments the next book you'd like to see me review. Until next time.
Hey everyone, I hope you all enjoyed the video. This book, let me tell you, you're not gonna want to miss every bite.